The government has announced a new town here, 40,000 homes, a city built from scratch on this quiet Bedfordshire farmland. But before we look at what's coming, you need to know what's already here, because this particular piece of ground has a habit of changing history. Tempsford, a village in central Bedfordshire about 7 miles east of Bedford, split in two by the A1 Great North Road. It sits in the shallow valley where two rivers meet. The Great Ouse runs along its western boundary and the River Ivel along its eastern edge, and just south of the village, the two merge. That confluence down there has been a crossing point and a boundary marker for over 1,000 years. Today, the village has a few hundred residents, a church, a pub, farmland on all sides. Most people on the A1 drive straight past it without a second glance. But Tempsford isn't and has never been a place the world ignored for long. To understand what's about to happen here, it helps to know what's already happened. Because this quiet stretch of Bedfordshire has been at the centre of three very different moments in history, separated by centuries but connected by this same ground. The year 917. According to the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle, Tempsford was a fortified Danish settlement, a burh, built as a base for raids on English territory to the west. Bedford had already been attacked. The Danes thought they were secure here, on the high ground above this river crossing. They were wrong. King Edward the Elder led an English army to Tempsford and destroyed the fort. The Danish chieftain Earl Toglos was killed in the fighting. It was a decisive moment in the struggle for control of eastern England. And it happened right here. The Church of St. Peter standing here now dates from the 14th century, built long after that battle. But the ground it stands on has been significant for far longer. When the Domesday Book recorded this village in 1086, it called it Tempsford, named, most historians believe, for this stretch of the Ouse, which was once locally known as the Thames. The earthworks of Gannock's Castle, a Norman fortification from the 12th or 13th century, are still visible nearby. Some believe it was built on the site of that original Danish fort. The moat survives, and beneath it, probably something older still. 1941. A few hundred meters from this village, in the middle of what looked like an ordinary working farm, the Royal Air Force built Britain's most secret airfield. RAF Tempsford was home to two special duty squadrons, 138 and 161, whose job was to fly agents and supplies into Nazi-occupied Europe in darkness. The airfield was deliberately designed to look inactive from the air. Runway lines were painted to resemble hedgerows. Livestock grazed on the grass. Nothing about it was meant to attract attention. The barn you can see here, Gibraltar Farm, was where agents received their final briefings and their equipment before boarding their aircraft. Many of them never came back. Over the course of the war, the squadrons based here flew more than 2,400 sorties, delivering weapons, radios and agents to resistance networks across 12 occupied countries. Violette Sabo flew her first mission into France from this field. André Borel and Lys de Bassac were the first female SOE agents to be parachuted into occupied France. They left from here on the night of the 24th of September 1942. The Tempsford Memorial, unveiled in 2013 near the churchyard of St. Peter's, commemorates the men and women who served as secret agents and the RAF crews who flew them out and sometimes brought them home. The barn still stands, and from up here you can still make out the outline of the old runway. In September 2025, the government named Tempsford as one of the sites for a new town, with work set to begin before the next general election. The proposal, if it goes ahead at the scale currently planned, would see up to 40,000 new homes built here, alongside research space, commercial space, and all the infrastructure a new settlement needs, built from scratch on farmland that's been farmed continuously since before the Norman conquest. The infrastructure is already arriving. The Black Cat roundabout, that junction of the A1 and the A421 you can see from above, is in the middle of a major upgrade, one of the biggest road schemes in the east of England. And East West Rail, the proposed new line connecting Oxford, Milton Keynes, Bedford and Cambridge, is planned to pass directly through Tempsford. A new station is confirmed, a full interchange where the East-West line meets the East Coast Main Line. This month, April 2026, East West Rail launched its final public consultation before applying for a development consent order. That's the legal authority to build. If granted, construction follows. What you're looking at, these fields, this flat Bedfordshire clay, is the footprint of a potential city. We'll be back as this develops. If you want to follow it, subscribe now. The next visit will look very different from this one. What the new town plans would mean for the existing village of Tempsford isn't fully determined yet. The development consent order process, if approved, will define exactly what gets built and where. What's already certain is the geography. The rivers mark natural boundaries to the west and east. The A421 already being widened crosses the site. The East Coast Main Line runs through it, and East-West Rail, when built, will run through it too. Tempsford has always been defined by what passes through it. The question now is what decides to stay. From up here, Tempsford looks exactly as it always has. A small cluster of buildings in a flat, quiet landscape where two rivers meet and a road passes through. It's been a battlefield. It's been a secret. And for most of its history, it's been somewhere the rest of England barely noticed. That's about to change permanently. What happens to the village that's already here once everything around it is transformed? That story is still being written. What we can say from up here is that the machinery is already in motion. Above Bedfordshire will be back. The government says work on the Tempsford new town will begin before the next election. Do you think a settlement of 40,000 homes belongs here? Or should this part of Bedfordshire stay as it is? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe to Above Bedfordshire so you don't miss the next visit to this site and every other corner of a county that's changing faster than most people realize. This is Above Bedfordshire.